The Los Angeles Lakers enter the 2025-26 NBA season once again caught between timelines, balancing the weight of their storied past with the uncertainty of their present. The franchise has lived through a cycle of quick fixes in the LeBron James era, chasing championships with urgency, while rarely allowing their young core to grow into sustainable stars. Now, with LeBron nearing the end of his career and Luka Doncic tasked with the offensive role full-time, the Lakers find themselves in a precarious position. Their off-season was measured compared to the blockbuster summers of rivals, but the question lingers, is standing still good enough in a Western Conference where the Thunder, Nuggets, Timberwolves, and Mavericks are all surging? The Lakers' roster on paper is competitive. Austin Reeves has matured into a reliable secondary playmaker and shooter. Rui Hachimura continues to provide size and scoring versatility, and the backcourt rotation is deeper than in years past after the inception of DeAndre Ayton. Yet the margin for error remains razor-thin. The team has no room for prolonged injuries to Doncic or LeBron, and their supporting cast still struggles to consistently deliver against elite defenses. For all the optimism, the sense around the league is that Los Angeles cannot remain passive if they want to maximize what could be LeBron's final contending years. That is why trade speculation already circles this team, and the pressure to identify the right target grows with each passing week of the season. An offensive spark, DeJounte Murray as the missing guard. The Lakers have long searched for backcourt stability to complement LeBron, cycling through guards from Russell Westbrook to D'Angelo Russell with mixed results. Enter DeJounte Murray, whose situation in New Orleans is under constant watch around the league. Murray brings something the Lakers desperately lack, a reliable two-way guard capable of pressuring the rim, creating offense in the half-court, and defending multiple positions. While Austin Reeves has improved, the Lakers still don't have a perimeter shot creator they can fully trust outside of James, and in playoff scenarios, that void becomes glaring. Murray's appeal lies in his fit. With Ayton anchoring the defense, Murray could wreak havoc on the perimeter as a point-of-attack defender. Offensively, his ability to drive downhill and create shots from mid-range would ease the burden on LeBron, while also providing the Lakers with another closer in tight games. Unlike past guard experiments, Murray doesn't need to dominate the ball to be effective. He could thrive in a system where LeBron orchestrates the offense and Murray plays the role of finisher, secondary initiator, and defensive disruptor. The real question is cost. Pelicans' front office remains divided on whether Murray is part of their long-term future. For the Lakers, packaging draft capital with an expendable rotation piece could be the key to landing him. The gamble is steep, but in an arms-race Western Conference, it might be the kind of calculated risk the Lakers need to take. Interior reinforcement. Miles Turner dilemma. DeAndre Ayton is at his best when he plays center, but the physical toll of doing so over an 82-game season remains a recurring concern. While Los Angeles has rotated through a carousel of backup bigs in recent years, none have provided the combination of rim protection, rebounding, and spacing that Miles Turner could bring. Long linked to the Lakers in trade rumors, Turner's name resurfaces every season, and for good reason. He's the archetype of the ideal Ayton partner. Of course, prying Turner away from Milwaukee, who just bought him, or any team that values his defensive presence, won't be easy. A swing for the future. Lauri Markkanen as the wild card. If the Lakers want to think beyond the LeBron window and make a play for the future while still competing in the present, Lauri Markkanen represents the most ambitious option. The Jazz forward has blossomed into one of the league's most efficient and versatile scorers, combining size, shooting, and floor spacing at an all-star level. His ability to stretch defenses to the perimeter while still rebounding and attacking mismatches would make him an ideal fit next to Doncic, and eventually a bridge into a post-LeBron era. The challenge here is obvious. Markkanen will command a massive trade package. Utah is in no rush to move him, but the Jazz's broader timeline of building around younger talent could create an opening. For the Lakers, the appeal isn't just immediate competitiveness. It's securing a star who can grow with the franchise. A future core of Doncic, Reeves, and Markkanen would keep Los Angeles relevant long after LeBron retires. Adding Markkanen would also transform the Lakers' offensive ceiling. For years, spacing has been an Achilles heel, often clogging driving lanes for LeBron. With Markkanen on the floor, defenses would be forced to guard all 5 positions honestly, creating a level of balance the Lakers haven't enjoyed in years. The sheer potential of an Ayton-Markkanen pairing would shift the power dynamics in the Western Conference, giving Los Angeles a long-term identity while still honoring the short-term urgency of the LeBron era. The urgency of now. The Lakers are no strangers to bold trades. Their history is defined by the willingness to push chips into the middle of the table, from Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to Kobe Bryant's supporting cast to Anthony Davis himself. The 2025-26 season is no different. Standing pat may preserve assets, but it also risks wasting what could be the final competitive year of LeBron James. DeJounte Murray, Miles Turner, and Lauri Markkanen each represent different paths: a win-now guard to stabilize the backcourt, a defensive anchor to support Ayton, or a long-term star to guide the post-LeBron transition. What unites all 3 scenarios is the recognition that the Lakers cannot afford to be complacent. The Western Conference is too deep, the competition too fierce, and the clock too loud to ignore. Whether they swing for the present or the future, the time for the Lakers to act is now. The Los Angeles Lakers have been linked to a blockbuster trade with the Miami Heat, but according to a team insider, there is a new update in the saga. While the purple and gold are searching for more perimeter defense and another scorer to add to their squad, All-Star small forward Andrew Wiggins has been circled as the centerpiece of the would-be deal. Lakers insider Jovan Buha spoke on the likelihood of a trade materializing between the 2 teams, but also on whether the potential assets are worth parting ways with for Wiggins. Buha mentioned that the Lakers are likely going to need to give up a first-round pick, something that LA has been known to want to keep, but the haul doesn't end there. "I'm currently skeptical that they could pull off a Wiggins trade without including a first," Buha said. "I don't know if Rui Hachimura and Dalton Connect is enough, or Rui, Dalton, and Gabe Vincent, something like that. I don't think that's enough. My understanding is they are still hesitant to put a first-round pick on the table." Buha discussed how there may be urgency attached to pushing a deal through the finish line before the season starts, but he sees LA waiting until mid-December, when those who have signed contracts over the summer can be trade eligible. Sometimes teams pick up talks right before camp to try and get something figured out so that player can be there for media day, the start of camp, etc., Buha explained. "So, I would assume there'd be some urgency here to try and figure something out before the beginning of camp. I wouldn't rule that out. But I would say that the most likely outcome continues to be them going into the season with this group and potentially making a move at the earliest, around that December 15th mark." Wiggins will be 31 next February and has a $30 million player option going into the 2026-27 season. For these reasons and more, Buha believes that there are better options to put on the roster for LA. "I think it would have to be a long-term upgrade, a long-term piece to put next to Luka Doncic," Buha added. "I don't think Andrew Wiggins quite reaches that level in their eyes." If the Los Angeles Lakers' pursuit of Andrew Wiggins falls short, the franchise could pivot to an alternative trade idea centered on Quentin Grimes, a restricted free agent currently tied to the Philadelphia 76ers. While Wiggins remains the more proven veteran fit, Grimes offers a younger, cost-controlled option who could blossom into a future star alongside LeBron James and Luka Doncic. Los Angeles Lakers receive Quentin Grimes via sign-in trade. Philadelphia 76ers receive Jared Vanderbilt, Dalton Connect, 2031 Los Angeles Lakers first-round pick. For this deal to work, Grimes would need to agree to a 3-year, $60 million deal, averaging $20 million annually. While that's a significant commitment, it falls in line with the rising salary cap and the value of young two-way wings in today's NBA. The 76ers have not offered Grimes the big contract he seeks, which opens the door for a sign-in trade. By doing this, Philadelphia avoids losing him for nothing while adding Jared Vanderbilt, a versatile defender and rebounder, along with Dalton Connect, a promising rookie shooter, plus a valuable future first-round pick from the Lakers. This could be Plan B for the Lakers. Grimes turned heads last season after arriving from the Mavericks, averaging 21.9 points, 5.2 rebounds, and 4.5 assists, while shooting 46.9% from the field and 37.3% from three-point range. Those numbers may be inflated because Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, and Paul George were sidelined for extended stretches, giving him more touches and offensive responsibility. Still, his production shows what he can do when given the opportunity. Even if his raw scoring numbers dip in Los Angeles, Grimes' skill set, perimeter shooting, secondary playmaking, and perimeter defense fit well alongside the Lakers' core. Wiggins has been at the top of the Lakers' wish list because of his championship experience and defensive versatility. He's a proven two-way wing who can guard multiple positions, score 15 to 18 points consistently, and thrive in a complementary role. Grimes, on the other hand, represents more of a gamble. He isn't as physically imposing as Wiggins, and his defensive reputation, while strong, is not yet cemented at the same level. Critics argue that his numbers from last season were circumstantial, the byproduct of a Sixers roster riddled with injuries. But Grimes is only 25 years old and already considered an elite perimeter defender with sharp footwork, the ability to navigate screens, and quick hands to generate steals. Unlike Wiggins, who is firmly in his prime, Grimes still has room to grow. The Lakers could be betting on his ceiling rather than relying solely on his current resume. Why this deal makes sense for Philly? For Philadelphia, the proposed Quentin Grimes sign-in trade would net them Jared Vanderbilt, Dalton Knecht, and the Lakers' 2031 first-round pick. Vanderbilt gives the Sixers a versatile defensive forward who can switch across multiple positions, rebound, and do the dirty work alongside Joel Embiid. His contract is manageable, and his hustle-first game fits well on a roster that already has offensive stars. The bigger prize might be Dalton Knecht, the rookie sharpshooter who averaged nearly 22 points at Tennessee and shot almost 40% from three. He's on a cheap rookie deal and could step right into Nick Nurse's system as a floor-spacing wing around Embiid, Maxey, and Paul George. Add in the 2031 first-rounder a pick that could carry significant value if the Lakers are rebuilding by then, and Philly gets a mix of youth, depth, and long-term assets. This deal also helps the Sixers avoid paying Grimes the $20 million annually he's seeking, which could clog their cap sheet. Instead, they cash out while his value is high, betting that his 21.9 points per game in Philly last season were inflated by injuries to the team stars. By pivoting to Knecht, Vanderbilt, and a future first, the Sixers maintain immediate contributors while adding flexibility for the future.